Hello, Mr. Mingers, you're so it's the Patreon. We're back with another episode of If My Heart Had Wings. I don't remember where we last left off because it's been a while. Because I was working on the skit for Halloween. So, let's see how it goes.
Wow! What's this?
That is a glider, Coterie. After school, we went to the garage and saw large amounts of cardboard boxes and tin cans piled up.
Oh, it's you guys.
What is all this?
It's my dildo machine I'm gonna make.
What?
Nothing.
It's finally arrived. Before Senpai answers, Aga comes in after us and her eyes sparkle as she looks on.
These are the materials for making the wings. There are still some outside, so could you give me a hand carrying them?
Then, with a great deal of effort, we carry their materials.
Senpai, I got this for you. I love you.
Aga goes to check them off against the purchase order. Okay, it's all here.
Great.
With this, we can finally make the wings. Aga is extremely enthusiastic.
What is this big thing here? It's huge but really light.
My penis? What?
It's styrofoam. We use it to make the shape.
The length of a single wing is about 8 meters. We need quite a large amount to make the shape. That must be why there are large amounts of the other materials too.
Once they're complete, we'll be able to fly, right? Okay, let's start making them right away.
Coterie is also keen to start, but it's not like she knows how to make them. How do we make them? Is it something we can do here? It's made from FRP, fiber reinforced plastic, so I think that we probably won't need any special equipment. The question is whether we have enough space or not. Isn't that right, Amine?
Yeah, they were made here last time too.
But what is that FRP stuff? I'm not familiar with that term.
It's strengthened plastic. The main wings are built from this material.
Strengthened plastic? That's actually a thing? Is it really a thing? I'm curious now. Is it like what our phones are made out of? In a way. That's not plastic. Fuck. Now I sound dumb. Even as I say it, it still doesn't make sense. I know, because I sound dumb. The broken wings are propped against the wall. They are smooth and hard to the touch. I thought it would be made from aluminum or something.
Wouldn't the plastic crack though?
Asks Coterie as she looks at the broken pieces. It's okay, as long as they are properly made.
It's strange. I thought I did make them properly.
Senpai goes deep into thought as she looks at the broken pieces next to Coterie. FRP is really sturdy. It's plastic mixed with fiberglass, which increases the strength and is based on the same idea as reinforced concrete. Reinforced concrete. Really? Well, that's where they put reinforcing iron bars through the concrete. Concrete is strong, but it weakens if it's pulled or bent. The iron bars compensate for this weakness. I don't get it. FRP is the same. Plastic is strong but lacks flexibility and is strengthened by being mixed with fiberglass. I see. I'll just go along with it for now. Because I don't get it for shit. I'm not sure if I understand or not. As for the fiber details, we'll probably learn those in class sooner or later. That's the kind of school it is.
Why is FRP used instead of iron or aluminum?
Because this glider is made of plastic. All of it's just plastic. This plastic hunk of thing can fly in the air with humans and metal and material in it. It's amazing, isn't it, Coterie? There are several advantages, but when it comes to making gliders, it must be the most suitable material.
That's right. At present, FRP is a common material used to make gliders. Of course, metal is strong, but making it from plastic reduces the weight.
It's easy to process, cheap, it can be repaired later and does not corrode. Senpai agrees with each point with a nod. By the way, You might be surprised that FRP is also used in some things that are very familiar. What could those be?
The bumper cars, of course, and the whole of the fishing boats, apparently.
The pedal boats at the park, and also the Colonel statue outside that Kentucky shop. As she mentions the Colonel, Cody and I nod in agreement. I've touched the Colonel statue many times and also had silly photos taken next to it with my friends from the Cycle Racing Club. So that's FRP, huh? Why is it spelled like that, but it's pronounced Colonel? English is so weird, I swear. And I speak it!
So this glider is made from the same material as the Colonel?
Cody murmured, but I wasn't sure if she was happy because she felt the glider was somehow more familiar than she realized, or because her dream was shattered in just a little. How exactly do we make them? Oh yes, to explain it simply, first, you make the shape of the wings, then it's covered with FRP. I just realized something. This game has explained a lot more about airplanes than I need to know. Because I don't think I'll ever use this information usefully in my life. Thanks, game. Education at its finest. Who needs school when you got video games? We begin with this. Anga opens one of the boxes that had just arrived and pulls out some sort of cloth. We line it with the glass mat. This is the fiberglass we were talking about just now. Then, there is sand of the spread on top of it. Then another layer of fiberglass is laid out. Then we spread more resin and repeat that a few times. After that, we wait for it to dry and take it off. And it's complete? No, not yet. Once the surface has been polished and painted, it's finished.
Sounds easy!
Well, that's because that's how it is in a nutshell.
Actually, there are many more steps. When making something this big, there are cases where the usual methods don't work.
Well, let's take it one step at a time, Amine. Could you show me the plans? Plans? As Anga takes a look at the plans, she and Senpai start discussing something. I see. It looks like we have no choice but to split it here and then joint it later.
But if we do that, we'll have problems with the weight. If it's too heavy...
The conversation moves on to things we don't understand. Of course it does. Who understands basic trigonometry or shit about airplanes? Only these two. Harmony, when it comes to making the main wings, do you think we can leave it to me?
Sure, I don't mind. It would be better than me making it, right?
Thank you. Cody? Cody is surprised to hear her name called out all of a sudden. I think it's about time for them to start being more friendly toward each other. But...
Yes? What is it?
You can help too, Cody.
Of course! That's what I was planning to do!
I'll help too. We only really need you when you need an extra pair of hands. You should make the simulator your priority. Man, why do you guys get all the fun? Cody gives me an uneasy glance. I'll leave you to it then.
Oh! Yes! Leave it to us!
With that, Anga became the one in charge of making the main wings, and then got to work on making them. Okay, let's do this the way we were taught.
First, make the shape using the styrofoam. However, the polyester resin melts the styrofoam, so before we use that, it needs to be coated.
Until just now, Cody had been taking Anga's impromptu FRP course. She had been seriously taking notes, and reads them back as she proceeds with the work. By the way, for now, it's just practice, so they are trying to make something not related to the main wings.
We begin with laying out the fiberglass, and apply the polyester resin with a roller.
Oh, that's no good. You have to roll it more firmly.
I am!
When you get to the corner, use a brush. Don't apply too much resin.
I know that! Jeez, shut up!
If we leave bubbles, it will create cavities, and it will cause it to become weaker. If that happens, they will break. Again. Wow, Aga, you're bossy. And I'm pretty sure Senpai knows it. Or are you just hungry again? A senpai stood beside me, teaching me about piloting. She seemed to have a hurt expression on her face. Are you okay, senpai?
Yeah, I'm fine.
She answered, still with a hurt look on her face. It seems like senpai has a complex about her lack of dexterity. Zeb and I were doing pilot training using the simulator.
When turning, if the steering on the rudder is reduced or the timing is too slow, it can cause it to slip in. On the other hand, if you use the rudder too much or the timing is too fast, it can slip out.
Slipping in or out of these terms used to be referred to dialogue movement of the glider. This is caused when you are trying to turn but the nose is not pointing in the right direction.
When slipping in or out, the glider no longer faces in the direction of the relative wind, which causes a reduction in lift.
That means that the glider is moving through the air at a decent speed, even if there is no wind at all. It is still the same as if it were taking the wind from the direction in which it was moving. That is what is known as relative wind. So if the glider is moving diagonally, the wind hits it diagonally too. This means if the glider takes the wind from the front, the functions of that aircraft are maximized. When senpai says that there will be a reduction in lift, it's because it cannot take the wind directly from the front.
Even without that, lift is reduced when turning anyway, so if it slips in or out, you lose a lot of speed.
Excuse me.
Hey, it's Akiri. Oh, thank you for coming in, though. I felt like I was teaching a class. Ugh, gosh, education. Ugh. Akiri Kamui, the vice president of the student council, entered the garage.
Hi, Vice President.
Hello, Senior Michokuzi. Also,
Hey. Our eyes meet, so I lower my head in a bow.
hello, Io.
Why are you always so grumpy? We got a club. It's an official club. Why are you so grumpy? Akiri looks around the garage and nods with approval.
It looks like you are working hard.
Yeah, just like real club activities.
She says with pride, because these are club activities after all.
Anyway, do you need something?
I just came to see how things are going. Things weren't too great last time.
As you can see, we are doing exceptionally well. You bitch.
Yes, I can see that.
Okay. For some reason, I feel like she has a bit of a sharp tongue when talking to me. She's just a bitch. It seems like Vice President Akiri Kumoi is looking at me like she's assessing me.
He really doesn't have a trusting face. He doesn't seem like a bad guy. But I better be careful.
What is it?
No, it's nothing.
Does she have a problem with me? Do we need to go, cuh? We gotta go? I'm not afraid. Fuck you. Oh, so weird. Okay, that take that off. No need to put that on. You kept it on, didn't you? Thanks, future me. Thanks. I'm weird, ain't I? Okay. Akiri heads over to the other two working at the back of the garage.
May I take a look at that?
Oh, Akiri. Go.
How about this one?
Yeah. That looks good.
That FRP, isn't it? What are you making?
A dish.
Dish.
We're practicing. We want to make the wings of a glider, but we can't start doing that straight away because if we mess it up, there will be problems.
Now we have to wait for it to harden. Then we polish it. Then add the color.
Cody mumbled to herself as she checked her notes.
Kodori, once you finish using the roller and the brush, you should wash them quickly. The resin will harden, and you won't be able to use them anymore.
Oh, really? Kodori hurriedly goes to wash them. That was a close one. She almost ruined some of the equipment we had just bought.
Also, the resin mixed with the current agent dries more easily at high temperature, so the container should be put in a cool place in the shade.
Kodori wiped her wet hands on the skirt and made a note of Akiri's advice. How do you know so much? It will take a long time to make the main wings. She'll have to think about things like that. Aga also looks like she's thinking seriously. After confirming that the other two were doing proper club activities, relieved, she came back over to us. Oh, don't. Unless you're here to fuck me. I mean, just don't.
It's going well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Senpai answered proudly. She looked happy to be praised like that.
Anyway, there was actually one other reason I came here.
What is it? It better be something good.
Have you decided a person to be second in charge?
Second in charge? Senpai, does this mean? Does this mean we will be together finally?
Yes! Yes! Senpai! The other two working at the back of the garage stopped and turned their attention this way. Oh jeez.
Yes. Senior Michikuzi, you are very talented, but there are many times when you can't do all the work yourself, correct? At those times, it's extremely helpful to have someone like that around.
Me? 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 Apart from Senpai, everyone made a face that seemed to say, oh, I see. It's probably not just Sakiri, but all the other student council members in the past would have also had trouble with Senpai. She's very unique, so sometimes she expresses ideas that are differ from the general social norms. There was an issue with the club losing its status the other day, and the fact that she keeps repeating the year is a prime example of her uniqueness. She's trying to say that she would like someone to act as a middleman, to keep things running smoothly, like a manager. Middleman, you say? That's a prime example of coterie. What do you really mean? Is that you need someone to act like a mediator, right? From the few days that I've spent with Senpai, it seems that she isn't suited to be any sort of mediator. She decides the club principles and therefore the reason for it to exist, whereas in second in charge is needed to bring everyone together to carry that out. So, who's it gonna be, Senpai?
Okay, I understand. I will choose someone.
That would be helpful.
Does this go for every club or is it just me? I mean, not me, our club. Akiri seemed relieved as she nodded and then glanced at me. Do you want to fuck? Is that what you want? You want to cook? I mean, I can give you some cook if you need some. But if not, what the fuck are you staring at? Are you gonna murder me in my sleep? I mean, not like I wouldn't enjoy that. I mean, what? Okay, let's continue.
As I thought, she may choose Ayo Minase. According to Kanako, he's popular, good at taking action, not bad looking. Oh, what am I thinking?
What were you talking about there?
Huh?
You were saying something about me. It looked like you were glancing over at me.
I wasn't looking at you. You're too self-conscious, Ayo. I was just looking at the Soaring Club's activities, that's all.
Oh, I see. Sorry. So actually, she wasn't just glancing at me. She was staring at my cook.
Well, that's all for now.
Now that she'd finished with what she had come to do, Akiri left in a hurry.
Eek!
On the way out, she tripped over a cardboard box.
Jeez, what's this box doing here?
Once more, she went to leave. Bye, bitch.
What was that all about?
I don't know. Maybe she has a thing for Aya.
Huh?
Oh.
Why are you saying that all of a sudden?
The vice president was looking at you the whole time.
I thought she was looking.
So there's something going on. Girls! Girls, please. Akiri can have some of this, but she's not my main. My main is my senpai. Senpai, you'll always be the one. I mean, all of you are beautiful. I like red. Red's my favorite color. But senpai, you just got it down for me. No, there isn't. Really. Come on, let's all get back to work. I tried to get him to drop it, Then Agaya and Kodori return to their work. But Senpai, on the other hand...
He's blushing a little, isn't he?
Yes. Kiri is pretty, though. I can hear you. Senpai, what are you going to do about that thing the Vice President was talking about just now?
I'm not sure. Is there anyone who wants to do it?
Me! Me! For the love of Arceus, me! Two other girls look at each other for some reason, then look at me.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Me.
Me? Me? Mine? Mine?
That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. You can't decide something like that just by saying that's what it looks like. Let's think about this, Senpai.
Okay, I will.
As soon as she says that,
Okay, Ayo, it's you.
damn it, I didn't read what it said. She said as I tried to reach a resolution to the problem that I had just brought up. What I mean is that everyone should keep mumbling to themselves to a minimum and concentrate on the task at hand.
You sound like a second in charge already.
He's surprisingly motivated, isn't he?
I think that we should choose Ayo.
Everyone was muttering to themselves as they got back to work. I mean, you're right, it should be me, but...
It was about time for us to leave. I would have liked to have done a bit more work, though. The quicker we complete this, the quicker we can fly it.
Cordy murmured quietly to herself. The school closes at 6:30 p.m., and if you wish to stay longer, you need to submit a notice to extension of club activities. However, I have my dorm mother work to do, Cordy has to help me with dinner, so we have to leave as the usual time. Tomorrow, we continue with the dish that we were trying out today. We can start making the shape for the main wings.
We'll soon be starting the real thing.
If we rush it, it will snap again, which will be a big problem. Let's work on it with all due care.
Yeah.
Today, at lunchtime, things seemed a little awkward between them, but after only half a day had passed, they really opened up to each other. By the way, Aya, what do you think of Akiri? Fuck you. Okay, just fuck you. Huh?
Oh, that's right. I was thinking before that we should cross-examine you about this one club activities had finished.
What's this all about? I don't care. You don't need to cross-examine me.
In that case, tell us about it.
Yeah, tell us.
I can't believe these two.
Okay, let's make a dash back home. All the boarders are waiting with empty stomachs. I ran as I pushed Kodori's wheelchair. Hey, wait!
Why are you covering it up?
I thought that somehow these two might just get along really well. Yeah, along good enough for them to come at me with the question, what do you think about Akiri? Once we began work on building the main wings, the Soaring Club's garage suddenly came to life. Everyone had their own task and was able to find an outlet for their increased motivation. Also, this had an effect on the things outside the garage too. For example, at lunchtime one day.
Hey, what's the difference between glass mats and glass cloth?
The size. Were there any other differences? Glass cloth is thinner, but the fibers are longer, so it's stronger when being pulled. Oh, that's right. The glass mat can easily adapt to curved surfaces, so are used when making complex shapes.
So, when making the wings, glass cloth would be more suitable. It's big and wide and must be very strong.
That's true. Recently, it's been like this, with Kodori and Aga having lunch together. Kodori is always reading an introductory book for FRP, and if there is anything that she doesn't understand, she asks Ageha. When Ageha has free time, she was studying thick technical books about the glider production that she had taken from the bookshelf in the garage. She can also read these books while eating her lunch. Because Kodori was spending time with Ageha, the feeling that Kodori wasn't part of the class began to subside, which could be called a welcome byproduct. Also, like what's happening now, other people in the class can help Kodori, and look like she is having more and more chances to talk to people. Hey, Ayo, stop looking at the girls. I'm not! I made a few friends in the class too, and started to have lunch with them.
I wonder what they're talking about.
My dick.
What?
As far as building the main wings goes, I'm just a helper, so that doesn't really have much to do with me. But I'm just interested. Well, I mean, I want to talk to them about the glider too. But you're a bit of a surprise though, aren't you? Why's that? Since you're transferred here, you suddenly started getting along really well with Kodori, and you're getting close to Senior Michikuzi, aren't you? It's just all by chance. Kodori, who used to have a stormy relationship with the girls, seems to have been treated differently by the boys, who found her a bit unapproachable but showed her a kind of respect when they spoke to her. Maybe because of her legs, or maybe because she's pretty, but mainly because she has that kind of don't talk to me aura about her. Just by chance, huh? Since I became the dorm mother, maybe I've been speaking about her in a similar way. The fact that I've settled into class so quickly was all thanks to Ageha, my friend. I gotta tell you this, we all envy you because of that too. What do you mean? You two were childhood friends. Yeah, it's true, but... This is the kind of off-topic, but it seems like Aga is popular with the boys. Thanks to that, some of the boys are a little jealous and envy me. As they should. If the situation were reversed, I might be envious of them. Yeah, I might join the soaring club too. That's too bad. We already have too many members. You're lying. You can't hog up all the girls to yourself, dude. In one corner of the classroom, Aga and the others were getting excited talking about gliders, while the other boys and I were enthusiastically talking about typical high school boy stuff. Speaking of which, when I was at the all-boys school, these kinds of conversations were a lot less enjoyable. So I'm glad to transfer to all... What the fuck? What the fuck? Was that the actual log? I transferred to an all... Transferred after all. My bad. This is how it usually is each day. After school, we go to the garage and get engrossed in the work we have to do. Aga, who's also in the robot club, goes there on some days, but once she's finished there, she comes to the soaring club's garage to show her face. Also, on those days, she comes to check Kodori's work and gives her instructions like, "That's no good," or "Looks great," and so on. Then, finally, a few days ago, stare into the eyes of Aga as she looks into your soul. I'm running out of time, so this is where I'm going to end off the episode. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hasta la vista, baby.